On some makes and models, the rear seat unbolts easily from the vehicle, and the upholstery zips off it almost completely. I have here the hinge. This is the bottom corner of the seat around which the seat tilts forward, and then upright would be around that angle. So I'll show you how this hinge point comes apart. It's made up of two pieces. One is this black bracket which is bolted to the frame. You can see those, yeah, you can see the dirt line around those holes. It's bolted to the frame, and this white plastic insert is also part of the hinge. I don't want to fully insert it, yeah, just like about that much, because I want to show you how they come apart with this one. So on this one, this is how they look like when they are still together. There, and they come apart just like you pick a zap strap. You're gonna have to bend this fairly soft white PVC so that the black metal with its enlarged or thicker end slides back through. It went in this way, it's gonna come back this way, just like on this one. See, I don't want to snap them together, but they will come apart this way. So what you need to do is grab a utility knife, and you can see on this white piece here, let's just wait for the camera, there you can see it's chewed up a little bit, because with the knife I was raising the edges of it and pulling the metal, the black pin against it. So one hand pulling, the other hand raising the edge of the tab a little bit, or this insert a little bit. It's fairly soft plastic. You can see those tabs move on it fairly easily. It's really soft plastic, so you just have to raise the edges a little bit on both sides so that the black pin comes through it. Okay, let's take your time. It's fairly straightforward. And then the other upholstery item is already in the washer, so it's being cleaned. You might want to do it for the same reason. It just takes, I don't know, 5 minutes to take this pin out. Okay, so that's how this one works. Putting the seat back together is fairly straightforward, or taking it apart. You have this one to remove and reinstall, which is the push knob at the end of this lever that tilts the seat forward and operates that mechanism. This is a threaded connection. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a standard thread, righty-tighty, so you just put it back on that way, or after the upholstery is installed. This white sheet there goes between the foam and the backrest, and they go together just like that. There is a plastic item that clips in place once the upholstery is on, and this part of it is gonna come here, and at the bottom of the upholstery item you got a stiff plastic edge that clips on those 3 tabs. So there's gonna be some tugging and fitting it together. When this is all zipped up, the 2 ends of the zip are just tucked behind. Just tucked behind there, out of sight. There, that's how the zip ends gonna end up. I'll show you when it's done, and I'll tell you how long it took. Mounting a seat is fairly straightforward. I have my hinge down here, and the other one is here, that's the matching counterpart for it. It needs 3 bolts done or tightened, and here is a 12mm wrench for it. And how this one goes is kind of hard to film it because I have to get in here, but I'll try my best. And see what happens. See, this part of the mounting point is 1 bolt and 1 pin that's offset. I'll show you what I mean by offset. There, this pin kind of stays in place, but goes in there, and then you have to rotate the seat. I'll put you back on the tripod. Because the first thing to do is these 2 bolts here. So you're gonna have to there, that's what I mean by it's in, and then it's rotated into place, and then the bolt drops back in. Just make sure you don't cross thread it, and then these 2 lower bolts go in place. There's one of them, there's the other. From here on, it's just tightening it, and this will lock back in place. There's the seat bed, and there, it did. It's all good, and then it releases. So that's how this one goes. The time it took for me to put the upholstery back on, I don't know, 3 minutes each. Not a big deal. Bolting back, another 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Fairly straightforward.